what's up, and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a postpartum essentials, kind of what I found to be the best things to have on hand and multiples of while I was, being postpartum. So I am postpartum 3 weeks now. I still use some of these things. Obviously, some of these items were more important at the beginning of my postpartum, like right after labor. And obviously some have like faded, but I'll tell you exactly what I'm using now, what was, the best thing in the beginning, and then we'll go from there. The first thing that I recommend is to get a basket to put all of your postpartum things in. So I had a basket in my master bedroom, and then I also had one for my downstairs since my master is upstairs. So I had one for both bathrooms that I used on a regular basis, just so I didn't have to transfer everything from my master bedroom down here. So obviously, like some of these things, like the pads and the adult diapers, you can split them up evenly, but there's some things that you kind of just need two of instead of just moving it downstairs and everything. It's just easier for your day-to-day. But I usually use this basket downstairs for all of my like extra toilet paper and stuff like that, so I just added it into it. So it's not like you have to go out and buy like a new basket or anything like that unless you want to, but I just put it in where I usually put like the extra toilet paper and the extra tissues and everything like that. So some of this stuff you do get from the hospital, so I'll say what I got from the hospital and what I went out and bought extra, obviously. So the hospital does give you a lot of stuff, and sorry, I have Ethan sitting here right now with me, so that's why I'm filming in my living room and not upstairs in his nursery like I usually do. But like I was saying, is that the hospital does give you a lot of things. There are some things that you do run out of, so obviously you need to go out to the store and get some more, but I just like to be overly prepared when it comes to anything that I haven't gone through before or anything like that. So I did buy some extra stuff before I even went into labor. So the first thing that I went out and bought before going into labor was comfy underwear. And honestly, I don't wear any cute underwear anymore or anything like that. I went to Target and I got some seamless underwear. So I never thought that I would love this type of underwear ever in my life more than I do now, just because I want to be comfortable down there. So I had a 2nd degree tear, if you haven't watched my labor and delivery vlog, but I had a 2nd degree tear, so everything down there is super sensitive, super swollen, anything like that. So like I don't even know like how to even describe how comfy underwear is like an essential. So like you don't want anything tight or anything that goes touching anything. It's just you want everything to be loose and comfortable down there. So the first couple of days after I gave birth, I did not wear my own underwear. I wore like the first day or two, I just wore what the hospital gave me, which was the mesh underwear, and then put a pad in it and then put an ice pack in there, just because I was super swollen after pushing for 4 hours and then tearing on top of that. Everything was super swollen, so I literally had an ice pack on there like 24/7 to try to get the swelling to go down. So literally I just used what the hospital gave me for mesh underwear. And then I found out that like the second day, or like I think it was the second day that I was in the hospital, that just the mesh underwear doesn't cover everything. So if you do leak through your pad or anything like that, like it's going to get on your clothes, or it's going to get on the bed sheets or anything like that. So what I found to be the best was these adult diapers from Always. And of course, obviously I didn't use much of them, just because when I got home I wanted to be in my own underwear and everything like that. But these are honestly the best thing when it comes to postpartum, just because you can just throw these away. Obviously you can throw away the ones from the hospital, but these are just a little bit more comfortable. So the leg holes aren't really that big, so you can just kind of like rip them, which I did. I just ripped it up a little bit so it'd be a little bit more comfortable on my sides. But honestly, like, this covers a lot more surface area than the mesh underwear does with the pad in it. So I would do this, and then I would put the pad in it, And then I started to use like the ice packs as well, just because I wanted the swelling to go down, and it also kind of hurt down there. So the ice packs just kind of helped everything get numbed up. So going along with that, I got the huge pads when it came to any type of, you know, buying before labor. So I got these huge pads and put them in with, you know, either with the adult diapers, or I put them in like my normal underwear. And then I realized like I wasn't bleeding as much as what I thought I was going to be doing. So I went out and got like thinner ones then, just because it feels like you're wearing like this huge diaper when you walk around. And I know many people kind of like whatever, like I'm staying in my house or whatever like that, but it just wasn't comfortable for me feeling like I have this huge like load in my pants. So I went out and got thinner pads. So these are like the ultra thin ones now. And this is what I'm still kind of using. So I'm still kind of trickling just a little bit of blood, but it's not a lot. So I do put these in my normal underwear now. But I just did the ones without the wings. The wings tend to stick a little bit more. I don't understand that, but so I will use the non-wing ones, but they're also really, really thin. So going along with what I put into you know, my underwear or my pad or anything like that. So I had a second-degree tear, like I said earlier, and honestly, when it starts healing and the stitches start healing and they start dissolving and everything like that, it gets super itchy down there, and there's really like nothing really you can do about it. So the hospital gave me like an anti-itch cream, but I'm kind of weird about that. Like I don't want to use that. So I found that Tux pads. So I bought these before I went into labor because I heard that they were like the best. So these are medicated cooling pads, and honestly, these are the best thing that someone has invented to put down there once your like stitches are, you know, dissolving, or, you know, it just feels nice to have down there, and it's such like a sense of relief, especially if you're super swollen or anything like that. So I went out and bought these, but the hospital actually gives you some to have as well. So they call them witch hazel pads, but they are the exact same thing. So one of the things that the hospital kind of were a little weird about is that you can't take ice packs home, which is like the weirdest thing, because these are like the ones that the hospital gave you are like you can just throw them away. So right before you leave, just like a quick hack, if you still love the ice packs and everything like that, just say that you're running out of them and they'll bring a bunch to your room, and then you can just take them home. So that's what I did when it came to that. But I do have a reusable ice pack that you can use as like a heating pad as well, and that's in my freezer. So if I ever feel like extra swollen that day or extra in pain down there or anything like that, I'll put that on over my underwear and just sit there for a little bit with it. Another thing that I absolutely love that goes along kind of with the Tux pads is a dermoplast. And I got one from the hospital, and I also bought one. So this is what I recommend to have, you know, in your master bedroom if you're upstairs, and then also have one in your downstairs bedroom or bathroom, just because I use this about every single time I go to the bathroom. I don't do it as much now, but you know, in that first week and two, I would use it every single time. So this numbs everything down there, and it's honestly the best thing ever when it comes to you know, anything postpartum. So it numbs everything up, especially if you have stitches or anything like that. You're not even gonna feel this. This plus Tux pads, amazing. All right, the last thing I recommend to have in the basket to be in your bathrooms is a squirt bottle. So I didn't buy one before labor, and I wish I knew, obviously, like how much you're going to be using this after labor. Good thing this is the hospital one that they gave us. So if you don't like this type of style and you prefer the one that has like an L to shoot everything up there, then go ahead and go buy it, because this is what the hospital gives you. But So after going to the bathroom, obviously you can't like wipe like normal. So what the hospital tells you to do is fill this with lukewarm water, squirt everything to clean everything down there, and then, you know, pat everything with like a moist towel. So honestly, this is another super essential, but the hospital gives it to you, so you don't have to worry about getting it beforehand. So going along with like any type of medications or anything like that I recommend getting beforehand. So one thing you'll obviously probably already have in your household is Tylenol. So I use Tylenol pretty much every day when it comes to swelling or anything like that. I don't use it as much now. If I just get a headache or if I don't know, if I'm like feeling really swollen down there, then I'll take it. But I used to take it probably almost every day during that first 2 weeks. Right now it's just going to be, you know, as if needed. But I definitely recommend having some type of Tylenol or ibuprofen or Advil in your house for when you come home. And then another thing that I still religiously take every single day, and I get nervous if I don't take it every single day, is a stool softener. So I think this is just like the Target brand one that my mom picked me up when I was in the hospital. I did not think about this at all, and I don't know why I didn't, but going number 2 after going to labor is extremely painful if you don't have this. So having this, you know, they give it to you every single day in the hospital, so now I still take it, and I'm still nervous to not take it to go to the bathroom because I'm not fully healed yet. So I do religiously take this every single day. Another thing that I put on every single day, so I did not get any stretch marks around my stomach. On my boobs is another story, but I'm not even worried about that just because I'm not showing that to anyone except for Michael. So I don't want to get stretch marks on my sides or anything like that. I might have gotten like 1 or 2, but they're very small. But I put this on religiously twice a day. So this is a stretch mark cream. And if you don't want to get stretch marks at all, I do highly recommend this one. This is from Botanic Tree. And I got it off of Amazon, and I'll link everything down below so you can obviously find those online. But I put this on every single day, twice a day. I'll put it on right after my shower in the morning, and then I'll put it on right before I go to bed. And this, I don't know if my body's just prone to not getting stretch marks, but I definitely don't want to get them, so I definitely recommend getting this. There are a couple things that I recommend for nursing wise that I kind of live by every single day. And if you have watched some of my videos in the past, my son had some problems latching at the beginning, and we met with many different lactation specialists. And there's one thing that I did buy before, just being like a worried pregnant lady, was, you know, if he doesn't latch, like I obviously want to try everything possible for him to be able to breastfeed, just because formula is so expensive, and breastfeeding has, you know, those benefits as well. So the first thing that I recommend, it's not too expensive at all, and I did bring it to the hospital, and that's how we got him to latch. So I'm really happy that I bought this to begin with, and you know, it really helped him latch. It kind of, I mean, you can look it up, but pretty much, so these are nipple shields, and there's 2 different sizes in here. So I think the ones that I got off of Amazon are like 24 millimeters or something like that. And these are, the hospital gave me one, so the 20 millimeters. So they're just like little silicone, little nipple shields that help with making your nipple go out a little bit farther, just so it's easier for them to latch on. So I highly recommend these. I still use them, you know, till today, and I use them every single time I nurse him, everything. So I do highly recommend getting this, especially if you're having some troubles, you know, with latching and everything like that. But I obviously bought this before I went into labor, just because, you know, every baby is different, every nursing situation is different. So I wanted to get anything that, you know, could potentially help, you know, right away. So another thing I recommend, everyone pretty much recommends this, is nipple cream. So I use the Lancino nipple cream. You can use any other ones. I think I have like another one around here somewhere, but this is the one that I like the most. It's not super oily, but it also gives you some sense of relief after nursing. Obviously, I recommend getting some nursing bras, nursing tank tops, nursing tops. I don't have too many nursing tops just because I don't go out in public and nurse him. So if we are going on a, day of adventure and we're not going to be home or have any sense of privacy when I nurse, then I will pump in, pack, the bottles and everything like that. But obviously, nursing bras, like, I feel like that's like an essential. I just sleep in a nursing bra and underwear, and just when I wake up I just put them on. Not too big of a deal or anything like that, but honestly, like, I nurse in my house, so I can literally just pull up my shirt like normal and just pop out my nursing bra. So I don't feel like I need too many nursing tops. Maybe once I get more comfortable with nursing and, comfortable putting a nursing cover on while I'm over at anyone's house or anything like that, I might get some more nursing tops, but as of right now, I don't have too many of those. Another thing that is pretty much an essential for postpartum, especially if you're breastfeeding, is to stay hydrated. So I have a water tumbler that I take to bed every single night, and it's on my nightstand, but I'm constantly chugging water all throughout the day to try to keep my milk supply high. And then another thing is to get a breast pump and storage bags. So I use the Lancino Smart Pump. I'll put a picture of it right here, and it's nice. It's small, it's portable, so if I do need to take it on like a long weekend or anything like that, it's nice and small and compact. And I do pump after every single feeding, just to try to keep my milk supply high. And Michael does feed him half of the night shift, which I absolutely love that he is so involved in Ethan's life. And I don't know what I would do seriously without his love and support. And honestly, as soon as he comes home from work, he changes all of his diapers. He wants to be with him all the time, and it kind of gives me a break. Also, at night, he does half of the shift. So I'll stop feeding him around like dinner time, and then when the 3 hours comes up, when we feed him again, it would probably be like 9, 10, 11 o'clock, depending on what time we eat dinner. And then Michael does that feeding, and then he also does like the middle of the night feeding. So we each get at least 6 hours of sleep. So it's actually been working really well, and I'm glad that, he is cooperative and will do the night shift with me, because I'm a monster without sleep. So I also recommend getting storage bags for your breast milk, especially if you're pumping, and if your husband is helping, with the bottle feeding or anything like that. But I got the Lancino ones, got them at Target, and they have like nice like little labels that you can write like the time, how many ounces, and what date you put them on. So I don't pump enough to be able to freeze them or anything like that, so everything just goes right into our fridge. And it's nice that we have this one little place in our fridge that it just lays over and has like all of the dates like right there. So that is it for everything that I think is like an essential for postpartum. If you're going to be having a baby anytime soon, congratulations, good luck. I had a somewhat horrible experience. Obviously, it's not going to keep me from having any more kids or anything like that, but good luck with all of your journeys. Congratulations to you and your partner. And I'll have everything linked down below. So that is everything. So if you like today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.